It's a funny story. My dad was an electrical engineer, and I guess I like to say it's a bit of my rebellious youth, where a lot of people expected me to follow in his footsteps and go into electrical engineering. And I decided, I was always interested in engineering, and I decided to rebel and become a mechanical engineer. And throughout that process, I realized what I really enjoyed about engineering was power generation. And as I started to learn more about mechanical engineering, I realized the first step of power generation is mechanical engineering. And that's how I started in the field. I had more of a passion for dealing with building systems and working in energy conservation in buildings, as well as sustainable issues. Realizing that buildings are the biggest consumer of power, so therefore if you wanted to conserve, it was best to go in the portion of the system that uses the most energy and work in that area in terms of energy conservation. A lot of the professional associations like ASHRAE, ASME, AIA, they all have programs for student activities and programs where they do a series of challenges and competition, so you can see what the daily life of an engineer is all about. And I think that's a good segue into the field. So you get to work with professionals, and some of the brightest professionals in the industry are all members of the association. So the typical workday, we are constantly working on projects, and that's one of the interesting things. We're constantly designing buildings, which is good. It makes it very interesting. No two buildings are exactly the same. So it's a very interesting and keeps you motivated as you work with the architects. So generally my workday starts, I'm in constant contact with architects and building owners as the building plans are being developed. We get involved at an early stage as the building's first being planned, so you're working constantly with the owners to develop the program, what is going in the building, what the owner anticipates the building will function, or how the building will function, and you're providing and you're consulting them and providing your expertise in helping to develop the concept of how the building evolves. As we move further in the development of the project, you start designing the systems, looking at how you run your mechanical systems as well as your electrical systems as well. So you go into laying out the building, and especially nowadays where, which is exciting times in the industry, we do a lot of building information modeling, BIM, where you generate a 3D model of the building as you start to lay out the system. So you essentially build the building in a virtual world so that you know how the systems will work and how it will fit within the building before it's actually constructed. So you're constantly exchanging information with other disciplines, the owners, the architects. You work with the construction managers and the contractors, as well as you interface with facilities managers as well, so you understand how they will operate the building and they understand the systems that are designed. It's when a project's completed and you know that you've delivered a good product to the owner, and you see that the owner is happy with the product that's been delivered. They receive a building that's functioning and they're extremely happy with what you produce. And especially when you start looking at building sustainable buildings, how you develop this product and you know that this building is above and beyond what's industry standard. It's a high efficient building, it's conserving energy, it has state-of-the-art systems. That's what's truly rewarding. Once a project's completed and you can look back at and you know that you've given it your all and the team has worked as a unit to deliver the best project that they can deliver for the owner.